Hi, Michael.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Um, it's, uh, Boston is right at the the pollen season, so my allergies start creeping in now.
Okay.
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Raymond.
Good morning.
Oh, it's hot. Yeah, let's give people a few more minutes to join in. Um, Everyone, let's give people 1 more minutes to join in, and we can start. Hey, Raymond, I'm asking the questions you may know. Do you familiar with the Open CPX people?
Sorry, the open what people again?
Oh, Open CPX?
CPX. Oh, great question. Um, I am trying, Lowe's, the company, is trying to join the MSA.
Yeah.
And on the website, some of the company is, I know them quite well. At least they're
Uh,
rep in other work group, but not
yeah.
all of them.
What I tried to contact them as well, the information, but did you get any feedback from
Yeah, I do. I
from
did.
them? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they I suppose you can send them an email again, because I just got it I sent it late last week and I got it earlier this week. So, on top of my head is they are not quite ready to have new member yet, and they are supposed to have the Ref 1.0 spec, ready for publish, uh, ready to be published by end of June. And by that time, they should have the NDA and they will open up the MSA for other company to join.
Ah, got it. Okay. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Yep.
Hi. So Jeff, I think we can start.
Okay, then I'll just share the document. I don't know
Yeah.
how many of you guys had a chance to look at it.
I did. I saw you put a lot of updated and comments on the side. Uh,
Yeah, so let's just review it. I'm open. Oops. I'm open to changing things, but this is the sentence I reworded. So if you guys have any suggestions, just go through that one by one.
Yeah, I think this is good. You know, at least for other people,
Okay.
you may be able to read it now, but to me, I think it's good that we pointed out the picojoules per bit, but did not like very specific the cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any comments? We'll move on to the next one then. So I updated the cost target as well here to dollars per gigabit, didn't put a number in. For the rationale, this still says 2 to 3x passive copper. I don't know if we wanted to change that at all. This says single digits in picojoules per bit.
I think Michael didn't you point it that maybe a good one would be the cost we can similar things as a match AEC cable, the longest trip reach copper could be a good comparison.
So would I just repeat this comment here then?
Yeah, I think
Competitive with,
Mike had mentioned that before, but Mike, do you think that would be a good one?
Which Michael are you talking to?
Yeah, you.
Um, I don't remember exactly what I said before, but clearly, assessing these metrics relative to copper makes sense as opposed to absolute numbers.
okay, does that look good then?
Yeah.
Okay. Then this was in this section.
Sorry. Hey, Jeff, can you go back to that table?
Is there a previous? Yeah, here's previous.
Yeah. Trend towards a passive copper. Then we see compared to AEC, which is active copper.
Yeah, okay, good point. Which do you guys want it? AEC?
Just say copper, maybe.
Good suggestion.
Okay, very good. Okay, any other comments? And then we had this one here. I could delete this part of it. I mean, we've got this in here. I just don't know what we want to.
I think your number point to 5 cents per gig is the passive DAC. That's my understanding.
This one, yeah, I think
Not
that's right.
AEC. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But what do we want to do with this section? Get rid of the numbers?
I don't know. I personally, I feel the number over there should be okay. It gives a ballpark of the range.
Okay, so we'll assume that's okay. And then
you add the passive here, right? With passive or DAC.
passive in.
So it's a 5 cents to 50 cents. That should be the range. Optical module $5.5 per gig. That's today. And cents as DAC. So the solution we are targeting should be somewhere between those two numbers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, and then let's see. So let's continue down here and see. Crossover times a low cost multiple of copper. I think that fits with what you guys are saying, right? Passive copper.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we go to the next one. So there was this comment someone put in there. I don't know who did it. But I highlighted because, do we want to expand on this, take it out? Does anyone know about this reliability work stream?
I didn't know this one until I did a research this after seeing this, and yeah. So
So
I think the leader is Chris Collin. I don't know if anyone knew him.
Sorry, do you mean Chris Cole?
Not Chris Collin. It's Chris Collin from
Oh,
Criddle.
Chris Collin. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know him. He's their VP marketing or something. VP. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know Chris.
well, I think the question is, so this section here, go back, this is section on hardware reliability. And at the end, it says keeping a lower temperature improves reliability. And then someone added this comment in. So the question is, do we think the white paper is okay without expanding on it, or should we make the effort to try to figure out, if they have any, someone could make a contribution that summarizes what's going on there? Or just maybe put a reference into it, a footnote that says, see the something.
So there's a particular work stream now dedicating to optics reliability.
This is all I
Yeah.
know.
Seems like it. Why don't I poke them a little bit, see if and then I'll provide the feedback.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So let's go next then.
So Jeff, are you indicating the optical test would be around 40 degree? Is that the official number? The 40 degree above this line?
So I think what we
yeah.
said here, I think we're just saying if we do it something like 40, it improves reliability to operate at 70. I don't think it's saying run it at 40. It's just saying,
okay.
I think it's just trying to say if you run it lower. Now, where this comes from, I think, is that if you think about liquid cooling temperatures, the fluid temperatures, they're typically in a data center 30 to 40, 25 to 40. So that's kind of probably where the 40 came from, I would imagine.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so then here's the next one. So I reworded this. This is in the conclusion. So I think our new target is up to 30 meters, and or something in that range. I think this originally said 10 meters. I still would imagine attenuation, chromatic dispersion are still not that important for up to 30 meters. So I just wanted to say this is what I reworded to make it consistent with our new reach target. I just want to make sure if everyone's comfortable with that statement.
I think we are comfortable. We don't have like micro LED people here, maybe on this audience. That's an area. I think some of these newer things may get a little bit trickier to go longer distance. But I think our typical optics probably should not worry going from 10 to 20 or 30, or even to 100.
Any other comment?
Should we
I
specify
think you are right for single mount fiber.
Yeah, should we specify the wavelength range? Like, for example, anything above 600 to 700 nanometer?
Do you want to do that?
No, I don't think we want to do that. It started, yeah, because you started choosing. That just sort of set the target, and what optics, what wavelengths works, that's up to the implementer to choose.
So the point is with some of the technology we're considering, 30 meters is too long, right? In this document. Some of the ones originally we had in there. So we have to do something, because if you're going to say 30 meters, that does imply something, right? So what do you want to do here, Ryan?
Well, what I'm saying here is that we are more worried about the system requirements here, right? So, for example, if we do dive into like a micro LED, there are also very different spread of micro LEDs. The data
Different data
rates
rates, different
exactly.
data.
So they may run different lengths or cable choice. But what I'm saying is that will provide a guidance to these micro LED guys. Say, hey, if your choice is too limiting, you better change your
Well,
targets
we
because
could say it's doing something like that rather than saying it is, say it should be, because there's all these different technologies, right? Or assumed to
yeah.
be.
Yeah, I do think 10 meter is definitely too short or to at least set a reasonable distance from copper, right? I think 30 probably is a reasonable target.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just if you just back away for a second and say, why, when the scale up thing, originally the link lengths were 10 meters, right? That's where we started. Why would people want to use optics, right? And I think the idea is that, or the promise was that these things need really high shoreline densities, and you can't really get that with copper in the foreseeable future, right? So the reason people were looking at optics at 10 meters was because of the density requirement. And then what happened is, as they went along and looked at it, they said, gee, given power and thermal and the scale of these systems, 10 meters isn't going to cut it. So we need to go 30 meters or more. And that's kind of the way I understand the way this thing evolved. But anyway, whatever. So the question is this good the way it's worded now?
I think so. That's okay. We don't mention specific technology. It's just a general physical guidance. And we mention chromatic dispersion that applies to mostly the single mode fiber. I'm not sure this image fiber for micro LED has those kind of things.
No, it's melted. This would affect multimode fiber, which would include imaging fiber.
Okay.
It's just that the good thing is that with the micro LEDs, they're running at a much lower data rate, right? So they're more tolerant.
You mean short reach, right? You have typo there.
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you want me to change it to?
It says sort. You mean short, right?
Got it. That's funny how you type something and you don't see the error. Okay. All right.
Brain mapping.
Okay, let's go to the next one then. I reworded this one as well.
Yeah, that's good to me.
Any other comments? Okay, so let's go on. Then, and then the other thing I did is I did a lot of updating of the glossary. So we won't read all these here, but I just want to say that I took a stab at defining all these things in the glossary section. So there's quite a bit of stuff here. You guys should take a look at that. And the reference section, I added in the additional comments. Bobby, I think there was a question about how to cite.
Yeah, I don't really have a good one about this. I think what we can do is probably point it to the YouTube video, because I think I think that would have a direct to what David's talk and also the slide.
So this one here is probably not a good reference because it goes to some Google Drive.
But that was that's where the where the OCP stored all the slide. So
Mm-hmm.
that was the official link.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
If that's if that's
that's why I
sufficient.
think maybe we can have the presentation, which is the drive, and also the YouTube
So
link
do you want all
to
three links
talk.
here, or do you want just two?
Maybe I think we'll do because the Dropbox one is a duplicate as a Google Drive.
So you're saying get rid of this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So in the end, that's where we are. If you guys, so let me just go back through it and let's just take a look at it again. So this is version 7.3. Let's see if we go down here and find the next comment. See this one. What was this one? So we're okay with this one, if I remember correctly. And then this one for the cost, we talked about these, so that's okay. And this one's okay. And then we said we're okay with this one. And low cost multiple of passive copper, we're okay with that one. And this one's still open. So that's Bobby.
Yeah.
And then this one's a chromatic dispersion. We said we're okay. And this one we said we were okay. And then we have the glossary for people to review. And that's where we are now, unless there's one other thing I should mention, if we go back to the beginning here. Let me just find this section. So we did get the final approval from was it NTT, Bobby?
Yes, and they put down the OCS sessions. Right.
So this is the section about scale up switching. And in here we have a little picture showing, an electrical switch, and then we show how that differs from optical switching. And then we have the table that was provided by them. Most of this was written by NTT with some modifications to it. And then, and then a conclusion paragraph. So I don't know if you guys want to read that, but other than that, it looked okay to me, what's written in there. So just to make sure everyone does look at that, because that was a newly contributed section.
Yep.
So Bobby, I don't know what you want to do next. I mean, we've covered almost everything that's in here. It wouldn't be bad to have people just do a really thorough sanity check of the document. See if they can catch anything else.
Yeah.
But unless there's other contributions or people, see like the optical switching, which is a new section, think about that one. I think we're close to, getting ready to publish it.
Yeah.
Bobby, I'm wondering if OCP, I seem to recall OCP might have some, they have a lot of people that are staff. So there may be somebody that can read this over, for a fresh set of eyes and look at, just make sure it meets their requirements for what they put on the website.
Yes.
I'm not sure who those people are anymore, but there's like 25 people or something like that work at OCP.
Yeah. Yes. I think I had an email talk about that before with a group of people that they have to sort of get a quick review for our draft paper, so they can input in some comments and make sure the formats and other things meet their requirements. So I think we are ready. We're very close, ready to do that.
So one other thing, Bobby, that's here is it says you must be an OCP corporate member to be an author. So I don't know who in our group that would be. Is anyone in this group a corporate member?
There are different level, right? Like silver, gold, whatever. We are part of the OCP. I don't know what corporate member really means.
Yeah, I'll need to ask because our company is like a startup member.
I think we
Yeah.
are the silver member. I don't know what that means.
Okay. So we put that note in. And then, yeah, I don't know. I think that's it then.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you, Jeff. And I will share the meeting notes and encourage people to review it with a fresh eye again. And besides that, I think there's just a few additional action items for the formats, the contacting the reliable work streams, and also contacting the OCP staff to go through the white paper. But
Hey, Bobby,
yes,
sorry, I just as item. I think I promised to add a few graphs on the my session with the new XPO and OpenCPX.
yeah, I think you said you want to add more pictures.
Yeah, I'm just checking. Do I have time to do that?
Yeah,
Say
yeah,
this
yeah.
weekend?
You still, yeah, still have time. So I think we'll,
Okay.
the contacting all these things, logistic things will take a little bit times. So like I said, we targeting the end of April, so still have time.
Okay,
So,
thanks.
so Ryan, on looking at this picture that you put in, these are all little separate images, but I did notice that for some reason they have different fonts that are being used in part of this section. So I don't know if we care or not, but if you are going to touch this section, you might want to see if we can make these consistent.
Yeah, let me clean it up because these are like put together in sequence. I just then added in there. But okay, I'll do a cleanup. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Okay, wonderful. Thank
Hey,
you,
Jeff.
everyone, and please spend some time review take one final review, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, Bobby.
What I'll do,
yeah.
I'll upload this as 7.4, this latest thing we just have.
Yeah, right. Raymond?
Yeah. So sorry, I just spotted a typo on the table. I think a word that spelled goo, G-O-O-G, probably meant G-O-O-D, good. Jeff, can
Oh,
you
that
see?
was
Yeah.
one typo at
Yeah.
one of the, I think
Yeah.
6 point
I
something,
saw it
right?
at the last moment.
I
Yeah.
think I fixed it, and then I think what happened is Ryan maybe sent me another section, and I copied it in, which meant that the previous changes didn't get kept. I think that's what happened there. So Ryan, if you do update the section, please take it from 7.4.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.